Hello students, we have seen in the anal canal part 1 introduction, interior, blood supply and the sphincter ani muscle which are surrounding the anal canal. Now in this part 2 we will see the lymphatic drainage, important surgical spaces around the anal canal and the applied aspect. First we will see the lymphatic drainage. Lymphatic drainage, upper part of the anal canal above the pectinate line into internal iliac group of lymph nodes and from below the pectinate line into superficial inguinal group of lymph node. Nerve supply above the pectinate line, both autonomic, sympathetic and the parasympathetic, sympathetic L1, L2, parasympathetic S2, S3, S4, both carries pain sensation. Below the pectinate line it is supplied by the somatic inferior rectal nerve. This figure shows the lymphatic drainage of the anal canal. In this anal canal, above the pectinate line, upper part of anal canal is draining into the internal iliac group of the lymph nodes. Below the pectinate line, that is the watershed line, it drains into the horizontal set of superficial inguinal group of lymph node. Now we will see the important spaces which are surrounding the anal canal. These are intersphincteric space, ischiorectal space, perianal space. Ischiorectal space is the space which lie on each side of the anal canal and it is filled with the fat. This is the perianal space. Perianal space surrounds the anal canal. Below the Hilton's line, it lies between perianal fascia and the skin. It contains subcutaneous part of the external sphincter ani. It is lobulated fat and the external rectal venous plexus, terminal branches of inferior rectal nerve and vessels are also present in this space. Now, intersphincteric space this is the space which is present between the external and the internal sphincter ani muscle. Also there is one space called the submucous space of the anal canal which lies above the white line between mucous membrane of the anal canal and internal sphincter ani muscle. Mucous membrane and the internal ani muscle, there is a submucosal space of anal canal. It is important because it contains internal venous plexus. This is the internal venous plexus. Now we are coming to the applied aspect. Piles or the hemorrhoids, that is the variceal or the saccular dilatation of internal venous plexus. We will see the external pile fissure in ano also. This figure shows the internal venous plexus which is dilated and variceal dilatation of the submucosal venous plexus is called hemorrhoids. Internal hemorrhoids, these are nothing but saccular dilatations of tributaries of superior rectal vein above the pectinate line. This is the pectinate line. Above that there is a saccular dilatation and it is seen in portal obstruction. This may be primary or secondary. Primary piles are formed due to dilatation of main tributary of superior rectal vein which lies in the anal column, which occupies three positions, that is the left lateral, right anterior and the right posterior. So these are called the primary pile. These dilatations of radicals of superior rectal vein in other positions are called secondary piles. These are the other positions where there is a dilatations of radicals of superior rectal vein called secondary piles. Location of 3 o'clock, 7 o'clock and 11 o'clock positions of the anal wall when it is viewing the interior anal canal in lithotomy position. Anatomically, each hemorrhoid or the pile consists of fold of the mucosa and submucosa containing varicose radicals of superior rectal vein and the terminal branch of superior rectal artery. These are painless and bleeds profusely on straining during the defecation. Initially, they are confined within the anal canal, that is the first degree. If it is within the anal canal, it is of first degree. If they enlarge and prolapse during the defecation, it is of second degree. And finally, it remains prolapse, it is called of third degree. This is the internal hemorrhoid which is prolapse. First degree, second degree, or maybe third degree which remains prolapse. External hemorrhoids, these are the dilatations of tributaries of inferior rectal vein below the pectinate line. Below the pectinate line, there is a dilatation. These are covered by mucous membrane of lower half of anal canal. They are very painful and do not bleed on straining during the defecation. The so-called thrombosed external pile are the small tissue hematoma at anal margin caused due to rupture of subcutaneous veins. It should be termed as perianal hematoma. Now, fistula in ano. It is the abnormal epithelialized tract connecting two cavities or cavity with the exterior. Fistula in ano, it is caused by spontaneous rupture of abscess around the anus. See, this image or the figure shows the abscess. This is the present behind the anal canal, that's why it is called the retroanal abscess. This abscess is opening into the anal canal, it is shown over here. Fissure. Fissures are the caused by rupture of anal wall and by passage of hard fecal masses, and if it occurs posteriorly in the midline, they are very painful because inferior aspect of the wall is lined by mucous membrane or the skin. Inferior aspect is this one. Skin, lower half of the anal canal is supplied by somatic nerves, that's why they are very painful. Skin tag is also seen in this figure. Now, in the perianal space, there is abscess occur called the perianal abscess. This is the abscess present in the ischiorectal fossa, that is called the ischiorectal abscess. These are the fistula, that is the abnormal epithelialized tract connecting the cavities or with the exterior and the cavities. These are present. Rupture of the abscess around the anal canal, these are ruptured and these are spontaneously internally ruptured into the anal canal and externally on the surface, and the tract may be epithelialized. This low level fistula is seen over here. Many types are seen. Submucosal, between two sphincter, intersphincteric, transsphincteric, between the sphincteric muscles is seen, suprasphincteric, that is the above the sphincter it is seen, and extrasphincteric, outside to the sphincter ani muscle is seen. These are all the fistulas opening outside and connecting inside, and these are lined by the epithelialized tract. With this applied aspect, we will finish today's topic of anal canal. Thank you.